All right, so got two competitors here ready to lag. It looks like, I believe this is Perla Gonzalez and Stacie. I'm going to butcher this name.
Lerfina?
Lerfina. Stacie Lerfina. Stacie with the shorter hair of the two. Of course, they're both in blue shirts. A little tough to distinguish, but we'll say shorter hair for Stacie and Perla Gonzalez with the longer dark hair. So the team of Bruce Monnier is going to need something special here from Stacie, as
Yes.
the lead has been extended for the big time Misfits. Looks like Perla won the lag. Stacie prepares the rack. Perla prepares for the break, and away we go once again.
Okay. She's lining up her one ball in the corner pocket. The two ball is sitting right next to the 7. The blue ball is right next to that burgundy 7 against the rail to your right.
Perla with one ball in the break. So just a quick
Wow.
update on the overall match score. You can see based on the first two matches, big time Misfits now leading 34-6. And we're racing to 51. So big time Misfits now needing 17 points, which could possibly come here in this third match, depending on how these two players do. Looks like both these players are skill level 2s, which means they're both racing to 19. Perla off to a decent start with 2 of the 19 points she needs. And bring Stacie up to the table here.
Stacie wants to get something going over here. She's fairly straight in on this 2 ball.
And her team needs it. Her team needs it for sure at this point.
Just saw her take a big deep breath, which I think is really important when you feel like your adrenaline's going, rushing. You want to just take a really good deep breath.
Notice she's got the glove on. What do you think of the glove?
Ooh,
you wear a glove?
She missed that.
You shoot with a glove on your...
I do.
You do,
I
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I wear a lot of black.
You
I'd
shoot
never
with a glove? You do?
I never wanted all the chalk all
Yeah,
over me, but it's
same.
important
Is it pretty
to have
much
that
all
nice
the pros play with,
No.
gloves now? Not all
No,
of them?
no, no.
Just kind of a personal feeling thing?
We're the minority, I
Yeah.
think. There's a lot of...
What it is, I mean, you need to find a really thin one, so you got a good
Mhm.
feeling out of it. It's really thick,
Yeah.
you don't feel the same thing, so
That's right.
that's a big problem. So a lot of people just go for
Yeah,
powder.
Perla. Looks like Perla's wearing a glove too. Hers a little harder to see because of the color, but
Yeah,
they're
skin
she's
color.
definitely got a glove on
Ooh.
too. And ooh,
She
how much
missed
she was
that
wanting to do
completely.
there.
But I mean, especially the more you go into humid places, the more you're gonna need it because it's at some point it's just gonna be very uncomfortable and you can't just fully stroke through it. And follow through is very important. So if you don't have a good follow through because it's so humid, forget it.
Right.
So
Right. You could, I could just see, when I look at, I feel so nervous just looking at Stacie. She just looks
the
like
two
she's
ball to go.
really feeling the heat. But their skill levels too, so they're...
Yeah,
mhm.
tough spot to put a skill level two
That's right.
with your team down, but just gotta pick away one ball at a time. Ooh. So she fails to pocket the 3 and drives the cue ball into the opposite corner there. So she's gonna give ball in hand to Perla here. Seen a couple of maybe more nervous now in this match than we've seen some of the other players. And again, not uncharacteristic of a skill level 2. Of course, the range for the skill levels, the 2 being at the lower end.
Right.
Whereas we just saw a couple of 5s play. You're looking there at more of the mid-level players in terms of skill. So, would expect to see some mistakes in this match here.
And they're going to feel so much more pressure because at least at a higher level, you have more options in your head what you
Right.
can do here or there. Whereas I think when you're a weaker player, you're kind of grasping at straws, and there's a lot of questions in your head. Is this the right way? Maybe I should go this way, and they don't really know. Whereas we can kind of get to that. We were just talking earlier about something like chess, where the more you play, the more moves
Yeah.
ahead you can look, the more confidence you can have on the first shot you take.
It's options and percentage. Pool is very, it's very based on percentage and how many shots, out of 10 are you gonna have a chance to
Oh.
make it. So
Percentage,
it's,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
it's how I see it. I see all percentage. This way might work. You might have two solutions, A and B, but A might be 80% and the other one might be 20%. So you
Right.
gotta go for
Right.
the 80%. But when you're lower skill level, might not have that knowledge, and well, that's it's pretty hard on your confidence sometimes. So.
I'm again amazed at the turnout for the final round. I mean, the room once again is just absolutely
It's
packed.
You got a packed place.
In fact, I'm looking behind the risers to the second group of
Yeah.
risers and seeing people even back there that are just watching on the overhead above us. You can kind of see an overview shot here of the room. Give you an idea of the crowd that has kind of shown up here. And of course, behind the risers, you're seeing is a whole nother group of people, if you can see back by the wall there, that are watching it up on the wall above us, above our heads here. So
Yeah.
I would say probably a couple hundred people here in the
Yeah, I
room
was about
now.
to say,
Yes.
From my experience, it looks like at least 150 to 100 people,
Yeah.
probably.
Venom, YouTube sensation, trick shot artist, my friend Jason Bowman with the APA. I'm, of course, here too, or commentating on the 9-ball World Pool Championships here in Las Vegas at the Westgate Hotel.
So we're streaming while Jeanette is live streaming.
Yes.
believe it or
Oh,
not,
yeah.
right? It's pretty impressive stuff.
It's pretty cool, yeah. You can go to
Stacie.
poolplayers.com/live to check out two of the best amateur teams from across the world. I mean,
Yeah.
there's from all different countries.
9-ball event had teams from the United States, teams from Canada, teams from Japan.
Oh, there you are.
We anticipate in the near future teams from China, where we now have leagues.
Mhm.
And of course, every day I'm talking to Kevin Hinkebine, our development manager. He gets our leagues and new markets for us, and he's always talking to folks internationally. I know he talked to your friend from Greece not long ago. and
Yeah.
a gentleman from Turkey, and I know a gentleman from South Africa. So it's a lot of interest around the world. It does take a little while before we can just set up shop with leagues there. There's kind of a process,
The
but
main problem is basically the size of the table and the type of game they play
Right,
in different
right.
countries.
depending on
so
the country,
yeah.
I mean, like China, for instance, a lot of
Chinese
places
pool.
the pockets are dramatically different, right? Much
Right,
tighter
right.
on the table.
They're actually in China, the most popular game for them is Chinese 8-ball, which is basically using normal size pool balls with normal size snooker pockets, which
Yikes.
they have rounded edges, so it's more like a pinball machine than it is kind of banking, where you can hit the inside of a pocket and have it bank into the pocket. It kind of does this bing, 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 right? I don't play
Yeah.
as much.
Chinese state ball is ridiculously hard. I mean, I
Yeah.
played there and I love the game. Don't get me wrong, but it's a whole new,
Super challenging.
whole new discipline. I mean,
Yeah.
a ball along the long rail, shoot straight in. It's not even easy. Like here, you're okay. For us, it's easy. It's a given. But Chinese state ball is it's very interesting. So they have that in China, and I know in South Africa they play on black balls table. So it's basically 7-foot table, but again, rounded pockets, smaller balls. The cue ball smaller and the object ball too.
Yeah.
So it makes it very difficult to adjust for you. So
Interestingly, when I went there, I thought, because they also had some of the top snooker players
Mhm.
playing that, and I thought, man, the snooker players are going to take this hands down. And actually, Darren Appleton and a Chinese player, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but they made it to the finals, and Darren actually won it. And Darren is a pool player more than a snooker player.
microphone just up.
There we
No.
go. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Darren has a lot of experience in this type of game, so I was actually
Yeah.
not surprised. I think it's very English game actually, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
So we see both of these players
Exciting.
fail to pocket the 9-ball again. Skill level 2s showing some nerves early, knowing now that we are in the third match of this World Championship match. We'll see if Perla can pocket the 9-ball. She does. She's going to add to her lead over
Man.
Stacie.
Stacie just looks like she's just cannot breathe at all. Looks like she's really taken the heat. And you mentioned earlier, how do you handle that? And for me, it's going equipped with a plan. Okay, what do I need to do? Let's bring it back to basics. Make a decision. Picture the shot. Do these things so that you don't let your mind just wander onto the intensity of what's going on and what's at stake, and letting it wander into those things, which makes it even harder to breathe. Just do your job, step by step. Make this thing. It's really important that you make your decisions standing up. You find your target while you're standing up. That way, when you approach and get down into your cue ball, you can get your alignment and your balance right before you even start stroking your ball. A lot of times people get down and then they try to focusing on their aim, but that's when their elbow and their wrist starts wobbling.
Well, maybe it's some of these numbers that are making them a
Oh,
little nervous
look at
too.
that.
You know,
Yeah.
15,000 for first, 7,000 for second. So basically, the difference of $8,000 that they're playing for here in this final match. Of course, the two teams that made it to the final day but were defeated one round earlier walked away with nice payday themselves, 3,500 for third place, and that's two different teams that walked away with that. So nice tournament run for both those teams in the semifinal round.
Stacie needed this right now. She's got ball in hand. One ball's there. Two balls right in front of it. So if she can just pocket this one ball, she might have a nice opportunity to string a couple balls together.
Well, we got a minute. Want to make sure we send well wishes to one of our floor managers and league operators for APA, Mike Restano. I know his son Dominic apparently yesterday was in a bad accident. Was hit by a train. I don't fully know the circumstances, but so Mike had to leave Las Vegas abruptly. So our thoughts are with Mike and his son Dominic and the rest of their family back in Virginia. And we'll hopefully he'll be on the road to recovery soon. This is Stacie of the team Bruce Monnier, starting to put together a few points here. Much needed points for her team at this point.
See, she shot that two ball without really taking a good look at the two, and she hit a stop shot when she actually should have rolled her cue ball forward a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see the four ball is right blocking the path from the cue ball striking the red three ball.
And now she's asked her team captain Bruce to come out and help her figure this out from here.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Look, he's smiling and laughing.
I spent some time talking to Bruce before the match, and again, they're here in the finals, having lost twice, which is, generally your home when you lose
Right.
twice. But as it so happened, they advanced in both of those rounds as a result of disqualifications of other teams. So they're riding high at this point,
Yeah,
right? They
that's
feel
good.
like they've kind of already won, and everything is gravy at this point. Now it's just really about experience for them, but. Still trying to put on a strong performance, and hopefully Stacie here is right in this match, and she puts together a few balls and can somehow eke out this win. They go to the fourth rack, and then anything's possible. So
she's got a tough situation here. Even if she makes a good hit on the three ball, which is very challenging, you can see the natural angle of the cue ball would be somewhere around where the 9 ball is and the 5. It's blocked from him being able to hit that end rail into the 3.
it's one of my producers. So the interesting thing with the 9 ball and the point system, sometimes it's hard to know exactly when the match may end. But one of the notes
That's
that they
nice
just
shot.
handed me is that if Stacie here doesn't get to at least 11 points before Perla gets to 19, that would actually end the match. So kind of a big number to keep in mind here. We need, for the team of Bruce Monroe, they desperately need Stacie to get to at least 11 points before Perla gets to 19. So we'll keep an eye on those numbers.
Wow.
And if Perla keeps doing that, it might be a
That would be tough.
pipe dream.
Well, all you can do is just stay in it and stay ready for any opportunity. I always say it's better to have no opportunity and be prepared than to get the opportunity and not be prepared. So right now all she can do is just hope for another opportunity, be prepared to just go for it.
I just see a flash come from the crowd. It looks like it didn't throw Perla off too much, but always important that the folks that are taking pictures remember, at least in the finals room, to turn those flashes off.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Stacie needs a big bounce here.
All right, Stace, let's
Okay.
do it. Looks like a manageable 4 ball.
Yep. The next would be the 5 ball.
Can't tell if the 5 goes in the side.
She's
I
probably
believe it
doable.
does. I
Yeah.
believe it does.
And she's going to
It's
pull
not
the
an
bridge
easy
out.
shot, but it is a makeable shot.
So instead of trying to extend way down the table, she's pulled out the bridge to help her along here. What's the real art of using the bridge? It's something I've always struggled to use.
I actually like the way that she's holding it, although I like
Looks like she did it pretty well.
I like to have my forearm kind of level with the table. I probably have my hand slightly above level where she kind of had her elbow above her arm. It's hard for me to
It's very hard to explain.
audibly, to do it without showing, but
But the bridge, it's not that hard. You really just gotta practice it, be a
practice,
little confident with it,
exactly.
and
Right.
it's not so bad. A lot of people are just scared of it because it's a foreign tool, basically, but it really is here to help you most of the time.
there were two things that I wanted when I first started. I wanted to be more comfortable with the bridge, but there's also times that even with the bridge, it's uncomfortable. So there was an old Japanese guy at Hard Times Billiards who, super nice guy, but he was a beginner. He's passed since I began, but I was actually, when I was living out there, I would play him a race to 50 in straight pool, left-handed. It would take forever. But doing it regularly, I got a lot
to
more
force
comfortable
yourself.
left-handed. And then I did the same thing with the bridge, which is comical if you actually see someone trying to play an entire game of straight pool with a bridge. But it got to the point where I was very comfortable with it. That doesn't take a lot of that time before you do get really comfortable with it. You just got to do it like everything else.
Perla has called out, looks like Billy Sharp, who we've seen do most of the coaches for the Big Time Misfits team, Billy being the highest rated player on the team, and he's giving Perla some instruction on where to aim, and looks like she feels pretty good about the advice. She's going to go ahead and take a shot at the 5. Some approval from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Perla now just needing 10 points to not only secure the match, at least at this point, but the overall match for her team. Not the leave she was looking for there.
No, it almost looks like she's frozen on top of that
Frozen.
7 ball.
Yeah.
And that was probably,
This is really tough, man.
yeah.
So for those that that are tuning in that maybe don't know the terminology, frozen is when the balls are
Not,
touching,
there's no
right?
space between the
Right.
cue ball and an object
And
ball.
that's what the referee, you see the referee looking at it now, verifying.
So she's just shooting away from the 7 ball, making sure that she moves that 7, lets the cue ball get anywhere. Okay,
It's
so
not a bad
this
leave,
is
see, 'cause she leave the cue ball right on top,
right.
out there, very far away on the rails. So.
This is Stacie's opportunity for glory, and that's what you have to remember. Is instead of looking at it as, oh my God, this is tough, it's an opportunity.
Right.
Let's do it. So much of this competition is about attitude, because the table's going to give you what it's going to give you. Okay,
Not the worst thing in the world there.
that's right. She can see the 7 ball, but it's definitely not easy in any pocket.
Yeah, and at this point for Stacie, I mean, again, we mentioned she desperately needs to get to that 11 points to force this at a minimum into the 4th match. So if she can't pocket the ball, if she can at least keep Perla
Yeah,
from
it's really
pocketing
close.
one.
Wow. Okay, so this is a brutal, tricky bank because you can make the 7 ball, but if she just hits it a natural ball, a little bit above center, there's a decent chance for the cue ball to scratch back in this bottom right-hand corner pocket. If she hits it a little firmer, she can avoid it like that, but she may not like this result. Well, okay, Perla's a 2, so this is not an automatic give me for anyone, actually.
Keep in mind, Perla has used her coaching timeout, so
You can see she really elevates on this stroke, but wait, it's still going.
and it went
Well,
right into the sends the cue ball into the far pocket in the corner. Now a nice opportunity here for Stacie.
yes. She can make the 7. She wants to make sure she keeps a little bit of an angle on that 8 ball so she can come down for the 9 next. Then again, when you're a 2, you're kind of going 1 ball at a time, right? Ooh.
She pockets the 7s, lined up on the 8.
Nice. Uh-oh. This looks a little bit like a scratch shot. It's avoidable for a higher level player.
And I believe she's taken her timeout as well.
It's
So
never an easy shot.
this would put her at even with Perla if she can sink this 9 ball here. Big shot for Stacie.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, it's not an easy
Could've
shot.
been
Right,
worse.
so she
Right,
missed
right,
the
it could've
bank,
been
but
worse.
she's left Perla in a little bit of a challenging spot here.
Jason, I'm on the edge of my seat. My goodness.
I
This
was
is so
rooting for Stacie
exciting.
there. I wanted them to tie it up,
Of
right?
course,
It's
of
like
course.
the
Always
Buffalo
the
Wild
underdog.
Wings commercial where they're always like pushing a button and making it go longer.
Plus, I just love her captain. I'm kind of crushing on the captain. He's
Is that
such a
Bruce over there?
gentleman. Yeah.
Mr. Monnier himself. What
Yeah,
a
always
name.
smiling, always supportive. Not that this other team hasn't been fantastic either. They're also supportive.
So I
and
said, I told him,
high-fiving each other.
I said, what's up with the team name, Bruce Monnier? And he said, well, it's not really our team name. And I said, oh, okay. So now I know the story. When they tell me that, it's because they have a team name, but it is not one that is PG rated enough for us to be staying.
Aha.
So we
Thanks
do
for
have
those
some,
details.
We do have some very creative APA members out there, but
We won't name
fortunately,
them.
some of those team names are a little too creative for us to be
That's
putting
pretty
in
good.
print and spouting over the internet. So we just bump up the team captain name into the name of the team, as was the case with them. So.
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah,
I've heard some.
I think if you go to our website, poolplayers.com, you can find some of the disallowed team names. We try to put like a
Do you really?
we
like
try
a
to
blooper
well,
kinda
it's almost a like,
funny
hey, don't
video?
even try it. We've heard it before, kind of thing. But
Got it.
man, they get creative, and it seems like everything's got some crazy meaning these days.
All right, I've
so
got to
it's
check
like,
it out.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
poolplayers.
You go to poolplayers.com and you go to the tournament information. Somewhere in there is disallowed team names. So if you're looking to get a laugh, right? But just don't expect that
Let's
it's going to be your
see,
team name when you get
this
here.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
Tough
So
lead.
this is brutal because she's got a shot on that 9 ball, but that cue ball wants to just fly right in that corner pocket.
Right? She's not frozen.
It's actually when you want to do a little massé there.
He's exactly right.
She needs
That's the level.
She needs a venom timeout.
For her to make this 9 ball in this corner pocket, it would be a massé or some version of that.
She's very tough for her skill level.
And again, she does not have. She looks over at
She
team, but
asked
she
to
does,
see if she has a
Mhm.
timeout.
She does not
I
have a
don't think so. I
timeout.
think she used it already.
She's used
He
the
asked him,
timeout.
and the captain said, "Nope, can't do it."
Well, and I think
Look, she's doing it. She's doing a
Yeah.
massé. Look,
She is,
the house is gonna go down if she.
oh, but
That was
very,
still-
very
yeah,
close.
yeah,
Nice
exactly.
attempt.
That was
She
the right
didn't
shot
give
to
him ball
play.
in hand, so that was the
That was the right shot to play.
important thing. Come on, I want to push to another match.
Yeah, The shots are never easy too, so we'll see.
Very nice shot there by Perla to pocket the 9 ball and a very important 2
Okay.
points.
Yeah.
So she'll need only 7 more points to secure this particular match. And again, really the key number that we're watching here is Stacie's point total. She's needing to get to at least 11 to drive this into a 4th match. Stacie racking the balls. Perla getting a pep talk from her coach, Dan. Kind of interesting that we haven't seen either one of the captains here, but you're looking at the kind of the breakdown of some of the prize money for this year's event. Now, one of the big totals to note is that bottom one, that Mini Mania. People are saying, what's Mini Mania? That is, that's basically for any APA member that's been around a while, right? They can come out here even if they didn't qualify for one of the big events, and we run these smaller tournaments, you know, like 20 hours a day, nearly around the clock. In fact, it's my understanding the only reason we don't run them around the clock is so they can shut the room down for a little while and like clean out all the stuff, right? All the drink cups and things like that. But that's a nice event because what they do is they actually pay out 100% of the entries to the top 25% of the field. So all kinds of different events, different skill levels, 8 ball, 9 ball, some doubles events. So just like a.
She's just smiling. She's got a makeable shot on this one, but of course the cue ball, she can't get comfortable bridging to hit the cue ball well because the ball's in front of it. She wants to be careful not to move the other balls. It's a good try. Oh boy. This is not looking good. The 1 ball sitting right in front of her and the 2 and the 8 are right there. So this could easily turn into 3 balls, 3 points for Perla.
Perla calmly pockets the 1 in the corner. Now she'll turn her attention to the 2 in the far corner. It looks like the 8 ball blocking the pocket there. One of our producers is scolding us for the use of our cell phones here, causing feedback. We apologize if we're rattling some ears. This day and age of technology, though, we got to be connected. We got to know what's going on at all times.
Yeah, I think it might be. I might have had my microphone turned up too much.
Perla managed to get the 2 into the 8.
Can she see that? No, she couldn't. Okay. But here again, you know, she made a good hit, didn't leave Stacie anything.
Not doing Stacie any favors, is she? We kind of saw that in that first match, too, with Patricia for the Port Charlotte team. Same situation. She was playing Jillian, and Jillian, even when she wasn't pocketing a ball,
she touched the 9 ball, so she just wanted to verify that it was okay.
Back, which is not a foul. You move that ball back. Gets a nice. Nice
I was going to say, I would have moved it back.
The 2 ball.
Does she get an extra point for that?
I think so.
They're going to high five one way or another. You saw kind of a cute moment. That I'm not clear. We're going to have to get a referee ruling on that 2 ball. Yeah,
she made the 9.
We'll have the producer verify
then the 2
with
went
the referee
afterwards.
that 2 ball counts as a point. I'm not sure.
Well, then she's
so they are telling us that 2 points count. That 2 ball counts as well as the 9.
It should. It was on the same shot.
Okay.
Well,
so she's now at 11 points, which means we'll go into the rack. And
so that just. Can I get an instant replay? Oh,
I know.
That's
we'll
right.
have to
It's
add
live.
that one to the top 10, Steve. That's a. Mark that one down. That's an impressive one. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So, kind of cute there, seeing them high five the table on that one, wasn't it? Really great sportsmanship throughout the week here at the event. You know, all these teams meeting each other from all over, not just the country, all over the world, literally. So
I'm just trying to imagine, like, Allison and I high-fiving each other in the middle of a match, and I would think that both of us are pretty good sportswomen,
Yeah.
but that was
I've seen you guys play, and I can't imagine you high-fiving.
yeah,
during
we're
the
not.
match, no. I could see you guys high-fiving.
Especially
later
when I
on
shut
at
her
the
out
bar after
7-0.
the
Yeah.
match, right,
Well,
but
that's
not-
true. That's true.
And then, I've always the ladies on the WPBA, a lot of camaraderie there.
Yes.
At least that I've always seen, but not necessarily when you're playing each other.
That's right.
Competition is competition.
Well, we will laugh if there's a funny situation, but
Yeah.
high-fiving it takes it to another level, I have to say.
This is Perla Gonzalez at the table. Yeah, the producer's telling us that since Stacie has now gotten to that important 11 number, there will be a fourth match, regardless of the outcome here, which has got to be good news for the Port Charlotte team of Bruce Monnier.
Well, she's got some. She can cut that that 2-ball in, and she'll have the 3-5 next. I actually don't like where the 3. She might think about banking that 2 in the 3-5, but it's actually quite missable. I think she's just going to go for the cut. Ooh,
Nice job there.
nice.
That worked well.
Watch out, 8-ball. Uh-oh. They just called the referee to come back and look at the hit.
Referee's going to look, and I'll be curious to see if her captain jumps up. He is going to jump up and come talk to Stacie a little bit about the strategy here. Again, each player gets 1 timeout per rack, so they'll go ahead and use Stacie's timeout here. In the meantime, Perla's going to get some words of encouragement from Billy Sharp, who we've seen take care of most of the coaching. He's going to just give Perla a little pep talk, remind her that they have a substantial lead, I'm sure, and that she only needs 4 more points.
You can see Perla's captain coming over and talking to
Yeah.
Perla. You can see her take a big deep breath, and he's
Sure.
probably just saying, hey, relax, breathe. You're okay, we're ahead.
And in the foreground, you see Bruce Monnier lining Stacie up. He's going to walk away, and she'll execute the shot as the referee looks on. Very nice shot. Does not pocket the ball, but gets a good clean hit on the 3-ball there. Avoids giving ball in hand to Perla.
And I'll tell you, I don't know that she can get that 3 to dig underneath it.
Of course, now
He's actually calling the right shot.
Go
Go off
ahead
the
and
3 and let the cue ball go off the 3 and carry him into the 5.
So immediately
But you
after,
definitely want the referee to watch this hit. Make
This is
sure that
very
she
close.
convincingly hits. Yep.
she gets a coach immediately after her opponent.
And I would hit it.
She
Oh,
gets a
she
good
hit it
hit on
too-
the
yeah.
3.
Yeah. She hit the outside of the 3. Cue ball banked off the rail and hit the cue ball twice.
You can hear the room start to get a little anxious. It's a little loud here.
I don't know if you could see both teams are just still smiling and high-fiving. I mean, you wouldn't think that they were playing for a 9-ball World Pool Championship.
Right, a difference
in
of
Las
$8,000.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Being streamed everywhere.
Yeah,
Great shot.
I had the chance to talk to both beforehand, and they both seem pretty loose. Happy to be here. I mean, I was
Enjoying the
talking
moment,
to
yeah.
I was talking to Cindy Tillman on the Big Time Misfits. And I was saying, asking about tournament experiences, and all she said is, "Hey, make sure you say hi to my grandbabies back home." That was what she was most concerned about. Say hi to the grandbabies back home. So, hopefully Cindy Tillman's family is tuning in, and I'm not sure if she's going to have a chance to play, but it was important for her to communicate that, so we're happy to do so. That just kind of shows you the mindset they had as Stacie
Oh, here she's starting to turn this
nicely
on.
pockets the 6
Now.
and pulls within 1 point of Perla. Again, she's going to opt to use the bridge here.
And this is why you want to practice the bridge just like you would practice anything. Now, if she makes this 9 ball, I mean this 4 ball, and cuts it in, there's a good chance that that cue ball can carry him off and make this 9 ball. From what I can see here.
If you're just tuning in, this is live coverage of the APA World 9-Ball Championship from here at the Westgate Resort and Casino in Las Vegas.
Just like that.
And that
Nice.
is Stacie of Team Bruce Monnier picking up an important 2 points and now taking the lead here in this
Incredible.
match, 16 to 15. So
Just seemed like a few minutes ago we were wondering if it would even push to it.
that 3-point swing where she got the 9 and the 2 to fall after seems to have kind of changed the momentum in this match, at least thus far. We'll see if she can finish it out here. Now both these ladies, I'm just needing a handful of points. Stacie needing 3, Perla only needing 4. One way or another, we will go to a 4th match after this one. Of course, you're watching this live on poolplayers.com/live. For anybody back home that's interested in making it to Vegas at some point, one of our 2 events we do each year, you can go to poolplayers.com/live. Let us know who you are, and we'll see if we can't get you on a team for the fall session. Ooh. Tough break there for Stacie.
Okay, this is an opportunity for Perla to get comfortable again.
And I can't tell. They're going to talk to the ref. They're going to see if 4 balls went to a rail. We saw this happen in the ladies' finals yesterday on a miscued break. And I'm not sure that either of them can confirm whether or not 4 balls went to a rail. The difference there being a re-rack. If 4 balls did not go to a rail, it's an illegal rack, or an illegal break, basically. So they've decided that's the case, which now means that Stacie, since she scratched, will rack the balls, and Perla will take the break now.
Okay.
So again, the difference there is that 4 of those balls, after they were contacted by the cue ball, did not go to a rail.
Or in a pocket.
Or in a pocket, right.
Right.
And in this particular case, the breaker who was Stacie scratched, which means they now reverse in terms of who breaks. Had 4 not gone to a rail, but the cue ball remained on the table, Stacie would have actually broken
Again.
I had to get a
'cause it would've
little,
been an
I had to get a
illegal
little clarification when we had the same scenario yesterday, because what I didn't notice at the time was that they had scratched. So that's the key difference here, and why the turnover in terms of who's breaking.
Oh my gosh.
And Perla sinks the 9 on the break. Very impressive there. So as soon as Stacie ekes ahead a little bit, Perla comes right back, and now she leads by 1.
Yeah.
And she is only going to need 2 more balls, as that'll take her to 17 points. So very, very tight match, ladies and gentlemen. Very
16,
exciting.
17.
You know,
3 points for the
nothing
win.
like 2 skill level 2s going at it for thousands of dollars in front of hundreds of people. Very exciting match thus far. We'll see what happens here on the break. It's a little pre-shot routine. I don't know what she was doing there.
I don't know, but I would rack it differently than I just did.
No 9 on the break there, but she does. Narrowly misses the 4 in the corner.
Okay.
So dry break. Stacie she'll get an opportunity here again.
Yeah.
At this point, it may be a player's last shot, depending on who's at the table, just based on the points needed. So
if she can make this 1 ball, the cue ball is going to come back towards the 2, which is the blue ball sitting by this side pocket where the cue ball is. So you want to take a nice, relaxed shot here. And at a 2, it's difficult. It's more difficult for them to control the cue ball, and there is the possibility of a scratch of the cue ball coming 1 rail down into the corner pocket where she's on top of. So nice and easy.
Well,
She got a little lucky there.
She doesn't have a shot. Yeah.
I don't even think that she could see the 1 at all. I think she might have to actually go to a rail.
I see Billy Sharp, the coach for.
She turned around and looked at him
to
see in case he would want to make that a coaching
Right,
moment.
and I think what you'll see a lot is the coach will wait to call a timeout until they see what the player's thinking. Right.
Yeah,
And, if,
there you
and
go.
again,
That was
and there
so
it is.
smart.
Right. So
He stood there
right. He sees that he's not liking what she's about to shoot for, and he's going to call a timeout now.
instead
so.
of just automatically calling it out. He
Right.
was going to say, "Okay, she lined up. Okay, is she going the right way?"
Right.
I would have never. Well, because I don't play in the APA leagues. It's so much fun.
Yeah, you're definitely not getting an exemption to
What?
play in the APA leagues.
What did I do?
Uh-oh.
That was interesting.
He
Not
just
sure.
gave me like a naughty thing, and I'm like, I don't know what he did.
Oh yeah, yeah. You said
He
was.
heard that?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Well, it is, being broadcast around the world, so kind of a funny moment as
Oh my God.
Bruce Monnier, the team
Oh my
captain,
God.
stopped by and returned the favor to Jeanette. So
All right.
just some playful
Pretty
banter.
sure
Are you blushing?
No.
Jeanette's blushing over
I'm
here,
not
Florian.
blushing. I am not blushing.
She's
That wasn't even supposed to be like. I'm gonna be mad at everyone in his hometown
Oh.
reporting these things back to him. I was crushing on him as in like
his happiness, his
wanting to crush
personality.
his pull balls.
Uh,
I was being a black widow, being dangerous.
no comment.
What? All right, what? I'm so glad that I can be your humor for the day. You guys are messing with my like dangerous whole thing that I got going on.
That was a pretty funny moment, though.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Moving on, Bruce and Stacie talking it over here on the table. Again, Bruce realizing, and Stacie, I'm sure the whole team there realizing what a crucial swing this might be if they can somehow mount a comeback here in the third match. Of course, if you like what you're seeing, you can always like our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/poolplayers. You see nice, cool stuff like the streaming that we do, or a lot of the other videos and photography that we're always putting out, tips from some of the top players. So make sure you head over to our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/poolplayers. Like our page, and you get all those updates right to your news feed. Bruce has lined Stacie up. She's prepared to take her shot as he steps away. She makes legal contact on the one, and looks like she's left Perla with a little bit of a difficult path to that same one ball. She's now behind the. Looks like she's behind the two.
Oh,
Well,
she could see
Wow,
it.
she could see it.
It goes right in between the 2 and the 8 there. So
2 more points.
she is now, I believe she's now 1 point away. So this next ball
Neck and neck.
would be for the third match here. Needs only 1 more point.
These guys are handling this pressure. I mean, they really are.
Take her time. Now she's already taken a timeout here, so she cannot receive another coach. So she'll have to kind of size this up herself, realizing the importance of the shot, I'm sure. She does not make the 2 ball.
Leaves Stacie a tough cut on the 2 ball.
But Stacie's going to come back to the table, and again, she's only needing a handful of points as well. So
3, right?
still very close. Still very, very close. If she can put together a couple shots in a row, the match could be hers for the taking.
She's having trouble reaching the shot.
Again, pulling out the bridge. We've seen her use that now 2 or 3 times in this match. Stacie needing just 3 points. Perla on the hill now needing just 1 point. Big shot here for Stacie, who has also used her coaching timeout. So
Just going to stay right here.
oh,
Ooh, and she left and hung up. Man. 2 to, so this would leave Perla 1 ball for the win. after this, after she makes this 2-ball.
No, this is it. The 2-ball would.
Oh my
The
Yeah,
last one,
she's
yeah.
at 18. She needs
Oh,
one. So
wow.
this 2-ball is for the
And
third match.
She's got to forgive herself.
Stretching
for this.
out
This
across
was
the
tough.
table. Drops the 2-ball. Wins the match 19-16. That will extend her team's lead going into the fourth match. Nice show of sportsmanship there.
By
Bruce
what's his
Monnier,
face?
team captain, goes over and
Can't remember the dude's name.
shakes
but,
her. That one guy over there. So we'll see. We'll take a look at the point break there and see where we're at in terms of the overall score for the match. Big Time Misfits will extend their lead to 47-13. So Big Time Misfits will only need 4 more points, 4 more team points as we move into the fourth match. We're going to say adios to Mr. Florian Kohler. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Thank you.
Of course, Florian, one of the representatives for APA.